All right, we're doing another review video today. This one is interesting for a number of reasons, but we'll get into it here. This is reviewing JoeLustica, his video on the validity of Title 26. So I just wanted to kind of go through this and take a look at what he's talking about here and see if he's right or wrong.
Okay, so it's under here, 26 U.S. Code, 7806, construction of title. You can go ahead and read this thing. Cross-references in this title and other portions or other provisions where we see where the word "see" is used are made only for convenience. Well, what does "see" mean? Let's look at that. "See," that's a terrible definition. But it says that it shall be given no legal effect.
Okay, so here's the argument. The argument is that Title 26 is not positive law, and therefore it is not law. Is essentially what the claim is. They're trying to say that Title 26 doesn't have any force and effect of law because it's not real law. It's not positive law. And so in this video, Joe is going through and describing where the code section is that says this and where it's coming from. So right off the bat, his first problem though is let's reread what he just read. It says the cross references in this title to other portions of the title. So in other words, if I put a cross reference from this section to another section, or other provisions of law, if it goes into other parts of the code, where the word "see" is used, in other words, "see" section whatever it is, are made only for convenience and shall not be given legal effect. So in other words, if I say "see" section whatever, I'm just telling you to go over there because it may have something that might shed some information for you, but it doesn't have any legal, like I'm not making that other section part of the legal code. So it seems pretty self-evident if you actually read this sentence that it's not saying that it has no legal effect. It's saying that if it cross-references another section and tells you to see some other section, that in and of itself does not have any legal effect.
Okay, no legal effect. What does that mean? Well, I went through a bunch of legal dictionaries and stuff like that.
All right, I'm going to skip over this where he goes and looks up all the dictionary stuff because it's kind of irrelevant because he's misreading that particular part of the code. So let's jump back over here till he gets back to.
I don't know. I think someone's buzzing me or something. All right, so now we're going to look at B, arrangement and classification. Okay, so the word "see." It says the cross references in this title to other portions of the title and other provisions of law, where the word "see" is used is made only for convenience and shall not be given any legal effect. Okay, now this is the key one. No inference, implication, or presumption of legislative construction shall be drawn or made by reason of the location or grouping of any particular section or provision or portion of this title. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Nor shall any table of contents, table of cross-references, or similar outline, analysis, or descriptive matter relating to the contents of this title be given any legal effect. So that means no inference, implication, presumption of legislative construction, grouping, particular section, provision, or portion of this title, table of contents, table of cross-references, outline, analysis, descriptive matter relating to contents has any legal effect. None of it has any legal effect. The preceding sentence also applies to the side notes and ancillary tables contained in the various prints of this act before its enactment into law. What's that saying? It's telling you that it has.
Okay, so let's go back where he's got this up. So let's read this again and not try to put any meaning into it before we actually read it. So it says, no inference, implication, or presumption of legislative construction shall be drawn or made by reason of the location or grouping of any particular section. So let's stop right there. So it says that we're not when you're reading Title 26, or actually this is for the whole code. If you're reading the code, you can't infer that something has a meaning because of where it is in the code. The code stands on its own. It's not, and you'll find out here in a minute what positive law actually means, but it doesn't have, you can't imply that and build up some separate meaning for the code by grabbing other sections of the code and then trying to give this thing a different meaning. It's essentially what it's saying. You can't, the location and grouping of a particular section can't control what it actually is saying. And then it says location or grouping of any particular section, provision or precision of this title, nor shall any table of contents. Okay, so you can't take a table of contents and try to make it have some lawful meaning. The table of cross references, if it has a table of cross reference data, that you can't infer that that has any meaning legally with respect to what the code actually says, or similar outline, analysis, or descriptive matter relating to the contents of this title be given any legal effect. In other words, if they give you an illustration to help you understand what the code is, that illustration has no legal effect. And that should be common sense. No law actually has an illustration that goes with it. It's the illustration's added for reference. It's not part of the law itself. And so the preceding sentence also applies to side notes. So if you're reading the thing and it has some side notes on it, again, they have no legal effect. The law says what it says. All this other stuff is being given to help understand what it's, or to confuse you. But anyway, it's not part of the law, or ancillary tables contained in the various prints of act before its enactment into law. So to me, it's pretty obvious what they're saying. You don't take the other stuff that is being displayed in the code book, the cross references and all the other stuff, and try to make it have a legal effect. It is just there for illustration purposes only.
It's telling you that it has no, it's not law. It's not law. All right.
And with respect to the illustrations and the table of contents and all that stuff, it's not law. It's literally there to help organize the code.
I've gone over this with another one with positive law and non-positive law. This right here tells you that this is non-positive law, which means that it's not real law. All right. It shouldn't even be there. Okay. And we can go.
And that is not true.
Oh, here. You know what? I'm going to pull up this one. We're going to go to, let's go here. No, let's not do that. We'll just click this. Boom. And we're going to go here. We're going to go, oh, perfect. So look, if you look at the titles, right? Title 26, Title 28, okay? Notice that the ones with asterisks says that it's positive law, okay? Look at what's not positive law. Look, there's a lot of them that are positive law, like Title 4, Title 5, 3, 1, not Title 2. You shocked, Congress? Title 8, non-positive law. All right, here it is. Title 26, non-positive law. So it's not actual law. Okay, positive law codification. Just to go into this a little bit.
Okay, here's the funny part. So he says this, it's not law, but read what positive law actually is. The term positive law has a long established meaning in legal philosophy, but has a narrower meaning with reference to the codes. Positive law, the code is divided into titles, so you saw Title 26, according to subject matter. Some are called positive law titles, and the rest are called non-positive law titles. A positive law title of the code is itself a federal statute. So think of it this way. If I said Title 26 is positive law, that means the entirety of Title 26, Congress passed Title 26. Everything in it is all part of Title 26. So instead of them going and passing each individual thing, they just passed the entirety of the title, and therefore all of the legislation that had been done before then, all the little code sections, they are all repealed, and Title 26 actually replaces all of that code in and of itself. Okay, that's positive law. Non-positive law is what Title 26 actually is, and what it is a collection of a lot of other individual code sections that have been passed, or in those code sections may have been grouped, or it's not really saying too much about how those individual code sections were. But Title 26 is a collection of all of these other code sections to make up Title 26. So Title 26 in and of itself is not positive law. It's not a complete, we're going to repeal all these individual code sections and we're going to pass Title 26 as its own law, passing Title 26. They never did that. They didn't do that. But it doesn't mean the things that are in Title 26 are not laws. It just means that Title 26 is a grouping of a bunch of separate laws instead of having the entirety of that code section be positive law. So, and if you read through this, it's pretty clear what it's saying. A non-positive law title of the code is an editorial compilation of federal statutes. So, and it gives an example. Title 10 Armed Forces is a positive law title because the title itself has been enacted by Congress. For the enacting provisions, see whatever. By contrast, Title 42, the Public Health and Welfare, is a non-positive law title. Title 42 is comprised of many individually enacted federal statutes, such as the Public Health Service Act and the Social Security Act. So the code that we're actually reading and the things that he's reading tell you specifically what positive law and non-positive law are, but him, along with thousands of other people, are all trying to claim that there's some hidden thing here with positive law, which means that Title 26 is not a law itself. It's not a law at all. And that is correct. Title 26 is not a law. All of the pieces within it are laws, but Title 26 itself is not a law. It's just a collection of a bunch of other federal statutes. The ones that are marked as positive law, that title actually is a law. So Title 4 about the flags, that's the law. The whole title has been adopted by Congress, and therefore it is the law. But so it doesn't have a bunch of individual statutes. It has individual pieces, but they're not passed individually. They're part of that bigger law called Title 4.